Georgia and Brandon. We're on an epic family road trip across Japan. We started on a big island of Honshu, then we've driven down to Shikoku, and then caught the ferry across to Kyushu, and that's where we are now. Good morning. We're just watching the fog and the clouds just lift off a mountain over behind us. It's all coming up out of the Takachiho gorge where we are at the moment. Actually, we're in Family Mart, or Family Mart car park, looking at the clouds over behind us. And today we're leaving Takachiho and we're heading to Kurokawa Onsen. Now we're going to head to the rock shrine that we didn't go to yesterday, and after that we'll head off towards Mount Aso, which I believe erupted overnight and still it's still billowing out smoke and stuff, so that might be worth a check out on the way as well. Not often you get to see an erupting volcano, so we're going to do that, I think. We hope. We'll see how we go. Weather, all due to weather conditions. It's actually light rain at the moment. It was raining heavier earlier, so we'll see what we can get done. I love it how in rural Kyushu here you can stop almost anywhere and there's just terraced fields everywhere. They've made use of every available part of the land that isn't like forest or township or something like that. But yeah, there's terraced gardens going all the way down into the valley here, and it's all sorts of green sort of veggies. I can't tell from what they are, but yeah, it's really, and it's beautiful. Yeah, it's really beautiful. Just up the road from Takachiho, this is the What? Stink. I know, I stink. This is the Amanoiwato Shrine. It's a shrine to where a goddess locked herself in a cave many years ago, and all the other gods, 8 million of them, came down to try and get her out. Now they just pile, people when we visit, pile rocks up outside. I don't know if that's to keep her in or not, but yeah, it's a beautiful, peaceful shrine.
I think it's cool. We haven't even got there yet, but I think it's actually, the story about it is actually cool.
I hope it rains. I want a downpour to flood me again, soak me through. I want to hear it roar up above me. Remember your love is enough to keep me warm. I hope it rains.
We came yesterday at 5 o'clock, but apparently it closes at 5 o'clock, so we came again today, and well, it's open, so yeah, let's see the rocks piled up on each other.
You pray for the sunshine, I pray for the rain. You pray for the sunshine, I pray for the rain. Flood me again, you pray for the sunshine.
Oh my god, of piles of rock. This is the main event right here. This is the cave where Amaterasu buried herself in, and the other gods came down to discuss how to get her out. 8 million gods. Apparently it must have been pretty crowded here. Now, modern day pilgrims leave rocks piled up in piles like this. It looks pretty spectacular. So that was the shrine in the cave. It was Amanoyasukawara. Sorry, I've probably mangled that. My Japanese is atrocious. I am very sorry. Sumimasen, Japanese people, because my Japanese is horrible. But what is not horrible is this spot here. It is beautiful. This river, this gorge is absolutely lovely, and so was the shrine. Do not regret coming here in the rain whatsoever. It's probably better in the rain. There you go. Mount Aso, which is the largest active volcano in Japan, I do believe, and I believe it actually started erupting last night, so it might be smoking. But this is Minami Aso, another volcano just behind me over there, and yeah, it's quite impressive as well. Craggy, Mount Doom-like, I think. We've stopped in Aso at Family Mart just for some snacks and drinks and things like that. We're looking for the observatory to see as much of the volcano as possible. But we think just there, right there, is the smoke billowing out of the volcano that erupted last night. So we think it is. It's hard to tell. It's really cloudy and there's low-lying cloud and things like that. But that little bit of smoke right there looks a little bit different to everything else, so we're assuming that might be where it's smoking. So if it is, it's the first smoking volcano I've ever seen, so that's pretty cool. We thought we'd get a little bit closer, just as, you know, it's not every day that you see a active volcano blowing its top. The world's biggest active volcano, actually, by area. It doesn't appear to be that high, but it's area-wise, I think it's like covers a huge number of square kilometres. But yeah, we've reached the point where it says "Do not enter," so I don't think we'll go up any further than this. So there you have it, Mount Aso blowing its top. World's biggest active volcano. Smoking like a smoking thing. I wouldn't want to be living here. I feel sorry for the people who actually live in this area, but at the moment it's not a huge... Isn't it, Georgie? It's amazing to see an active volcano, isn't it?
I've actually never seen an active volcano ever in my life, but I've been around for 8 years.
That's right. We've never taken you to an active volcano. It's probably not the best and most brightest thing in the world to do, but at the moment there's no warnings out or anything like that. They're just saying don't drive up to the observation area at the moment, so we're not going to do that. We're going to stay down here and just see it smoking a bit, which is actually really, really cool.
I've heard lots of stories about active volcanoes in lots of places though, but I've never actually seen one.
No, neither have I. Neither have I. I've seen volcanoes before, but I've never seen one smoking.
I've actually never seen a volcano before. This is actually the first day of my life I've actually seen an actual volcano.
Well, you actually have. It was Mount Fuji, but it was 6 years ago. You're
really?
only 2 years old.
That's a volcano? I thought it was a big mountain.
It is. It's a huge volcano. It's very, very tall.
So this is my second time I've seen a volcano then. I didn't know that.
And the only thing is, with coming this close to volcanoes, that if they do blow, the pyroclastic cloud comes down the mountain at a couple hundred kilometres an hour, maybe faster. So you'd be fried before you even could make it back to the car, which is about 50 metres away. So, oh well, just hope that doesn't happen. interestingly, it stopped billowing up and, big billowing clouds of
That looks skinny.
smoke
That doesn't.
for a few seconds there, but we heard a few muffled bangs, and it looks like it's billowing up just a little bit more again.
And you can be sure if it build up again, because like I took a photo like just now. It looks skinny, but now when I look at it in real life, it actually looks a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it's billowing up again, Georgie, isn't it?
Much more.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like right now. So big. Can you believe it?
Stay a few more minutes and just watch this. And some cows have come to say hello. Oh no, I think the farmers just turned up and the cows have come for a drink. Oh well. It wasn't one of those animals running away from volcano things that we've heard about before, so I don't think we have to be too worried. But it keeps billowing up behind us, and every so often the wind is the right direction. We can smell it. You can smell the sulphur and stuff like that. It smells like one of my rotten farts, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, it's magnificent. And so are the cows. Hello, cows. Cows, volcanoes, Sakura. What else could you want? Originally, we were heading to this lookout point to see the erupting volcano. We didn't realise it was actually on the way to the place we're staying at, and we've just got here now. And the viewpoint from where we were, right over there on the edge of the volcano, was a lot better. You can see better. But here you can see the entire, Mount Aso area, and below us is Aso town. It's basically a huge caldera with the active volcanoes, the cones that are still active around the edges of it, including like Mount Aso itself right over there where it's erupting at the moment. It's very cool. As I said, I wouldn't like to be living down in Mount Aso at the best of times when it's actually smoking like that. No way.
Sky burns bright in me till the day I die.
Well, we've made it to Kurokawa Onsen just after we've left.
Do you know what our place gave us these free toys? Wait, we also got like a bow and arrow that actually works. We each got one and it was free.
Well, let's explain what's going on. Yeah, so we left Mount Aso and we've driven to Kurokawa Onsen, where we're staying at a cabin lodge called Forest Lodge, I think it's called. And we checked in there, and it's a beautiful 2-story cabin with bunk beds and a bath that is as big as an onsen, but they've also got a private onsen out the back that we can reserve, which we'll use later on. But yes, this cabin is wonderful. Then we drove down into Kurokawa looking for a supermarket to find some food, and the local izakaya or bar was just shutting as we got there. But we got our food. But we've driven back up the hill towards where our place is, and we saw...
I burped in George's face in the car.
You did. You burped in George's face in the car. And
Yes,
we've driven up the hill, and there's another izakaya, but all the lights are off, and we weren't sure what was going on. And I poked my head in the door, and a dog barked, so I ran off. And then the owner came out and said, "Oh, come in, come in." And it looks like the owner and his wife were getting ready for bed, but they've opened up and they've made us feel very welcome. And we're going to have steak. Local...
Guess what? We just started here.
We did local steak, and George is going to have pasta, and Brandy's going to have
what you do with them.
a burger.
Let me show you what.
That's what we're up to.
This is what you do with them. Oh no, do they lie up in the air? Oh yeah.
Land
festival here at Kusai Hanaakari, which is, can't remember what it means, something to do with flowers. Anyway, they put an Instagram page and a web page, which I'll put down below.
They also gave us an orange, and also in Japan, giving oranges to people are actually a symbol. Brandon! Sorry about that, Brandon just being all... You're peachy. Yeah, pee-pee. We have pee-pee. We have an orange. Okay, I'll start. Pee-pee. No, I'll start from the top. So apparently, so yeah, the man who owns this place gave us an orange, and in Japan, actually giving oranges to people are a symbol of kindness. So, yeah, Mum actually told me that. I didn't just know that.
And it's a very delicious orange.
Yeah.
And we had a couple of steaks here. Their thing here is to do things slightly Western style.
Oh, no, sorry.
But Western with the Japanese.
And on the top of the orange, it had like a lump.
That's alright. Very delicious orange. The steaks were delicious, the pasta was delicious, the burger was delicious.
So good, the pasta was so good.
If you're ever in Kurokawa Onsen, come up the hill.
Comment down below.
Tell them Shane, see ya.
Bye-bye.